Ever felt that stomach-churning dread before a big presentation, a first date, or even just checking your email? That knot in your gut, the racing thoughts about everything that could go wrong. That's not just you being nervous. That's your brain running a complex, high-stakes simulation of the future. This is anticipatory anxiety. And today, we're going to dive into the neuroscience behind why it feels the way it does. Anticipatory anxiety is different from the fear you feel when a car suddenly swerves towards you. Fear is a reaction to immediate danger. Anticipatory anxiety is all about what might happen. It's a future-oriented state, your brain trying to prepare for a threat that hasn't arrived yet. At its core, it's an ancient survival mechanism. Our brains evolved to forecast future challenges to keep us safe. But sometimes, this forecasting system goes into overdrive. So, what's happening inside your head? Let's start with the brain's alarm system. The amygdala. This almond-shaped structure is the central hub for threat evaluation. When you anticipate something stressful, your amygdala doesn't wait for the event to happen. It reacts to the cues that predict the event. Think of it like a smoke detector that goes off. Not just when it senses smoke, but when you even mention lighting a match. This reaction triggers a cascade of physiological responses to the racing heart. The sweaty palms via signals to your brainstem and hypothalamus. But we're not just bundles of reflexive fear. We have a powerful executive, the prefrontal cortex, or PFC. This is the part of your brain right behind your forehead, and it's in charge of cognitive control, planning, and regulation. Different parts of the PFC have different jobs. The ventromedial PFC helps you evaluate how threatening a future event really is, using context. The dorsolateral PFC is your inner voice of reason, the part that helps you reappraise the situation and calm down. It's the part that says, okay, a presentation is scary, but I've prepared, and it will be over in 10 minutes. Anticipatory anxiety often arises from a tug-of-war between the amygdala, as alarm bells, and the PFC as attempts to regulate them. Then there's the insular cortex, or insula. This region is your brain's internal body state monitor. It processes interoceptive signals, your heartbeat, your breathing, that feeling in your stomach. During anticipatory anxiety, the insula becomes hyperactive. It takes those normal bodily sensations and interprets them as signs of imminent danger, creating a feedback loop. You feel anxious, your heart beats faster, the insula notices, and you feel even more anxious. We also can't forget the hippocampus, the brain's memory librarian. It provides the context for your anxiety. If you had a bad experience at a party in the past, your hippocampus pulls up that memory file when you get another invitation, telling your amygdala, hey, remember this? It didn't go well last time. This connection between past experiences and future predictions is a powerful driver of anticipatory anxiety. There's another key player, a lesser-known one, called the bed nucleus of the striate, or BNSD. While the amygdala is great at responding to clear, immediate threats, the BNSD specializes in sustained anxiety, the kind that comes with uncertain, long-term worries. It's the engine behind that low-grade, persistent dread you feel when you're waiting for test results or worrying about job security. It keeps you in a state of heightened alert for a threat that is vague and far off. So how do these brain regions work together? It's a dynamic dance. Your brain is constantly making predictions about the world. When what actually happens doesn't match your prediction, that's called a prediction error. Dopamine pathways are crucial for encoding these errors, helping you learn and update your expectations. In anxiety, this system can become biased. You start overestimating the probability of negative outcomes. Your brain essentially learns to expect the worst. At the same time, the amygdala and insula work as a salience network, tagging future-related cues as important and worthy of your attention, especially if they're uncertain or potentially negative. This cranks up your vigilance and physiological arousal. Meanwhile, your PFC is trying to step in and regulate this process, to reframe the situation or focus your attention elsewhere. The intensity of your anticipatory anxiety often depends on how well your PFC can win this battle. This whole process is fueled by a cocktail of neurochemicals. GABA is the brain's main inhibitory neurotransmitter. It acts like a brake, dampening overactivity in circuits like the amygdala. Glutamate is the accelerator, enhancing threat processing. Serotonin is a master modulator of mood and anxiety. This is why SSR is which increase serotonin levels, are often effective in reducing anticipatory worry over time. Then there's noradrenaline, the chemical behind the fight or flight response. It's responsible for the physical sensations of anxiety, like butterflies in your stomach and muscle tension. And dopamine, involved in prediction, can skew your expectations toward threat when it's These neural processes manifest as familiar cognitive and behavioral patterns. Catastrophizing, for example, is when you mentally rehearse the absolute worst-case scenario. This directly fuels the amygdala's fire. You might also develop an attention bias, where your focus automatically locks onto any sign of potential threat, reinforcing the anxiety loop. And then there's avoidance. Skipping the party or calling in sick might bring short-term relief, but in the long run, it strengthens the anticipatory fear. Every time you avoid something, you teach your brain that the situation was, in fact, dangerous, and that avoidance was the right solution. Of course, we're not all the same. Our genetics play a role. Variations in genes related to serotonin, dopamine, and other brain factors can make some of us more sensitive to uncertainty. Early life stress and trauma can also physically alter these brain circuits, making a person more vulnerable to anticipatory anxiety later in life. On the flip side, resilience is often linked to stronger PFC control and the ability to flexibly reappraise stressful situations. Clinically, this brain pattern is a hallmark of many anxiety disorders. In generalized anxiety disorder, it's the persistent, free-floating worry. In social anxiety disorder, it's the intense fear of social judgment. In panic disorder, it's the terrifying anticipation of the next panic attack. The good news is that because we understand the brain mechanisms, we have effective ways to intervene. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, directly targets the cognitive distortions and avoidance behaviors. It helps you retrain your PFC to better regulate the amygdala's alarm signals. Pharmacotherapy, like SSRIs, can help rebalance the underlying neurochemistry. And there are exciting new frontiers, like transcranial magnetic stimulation, which can directly target PFC circuits to enhance regulation, and mind-body approaches like MUN, which trains you to observe your bodily sensations, those signals from the insula without judgment. Mindfulness helps you break the feedback loop, where physical arousal fuels mental anxiety. So, to sum it up, anticipatory anxiety isn't a single spot in your brain. It's a complex, dynamic network in action. The amygdala sounds the alarm, the hippocampus provides the context from your past, the insula tunes into your body's reaction, and the PFC tries to manage it all. Understanding this process doesn't make the feeling disappear magically, but it does demystify it. It shows us that anticipatory anxiety is a tangible, biological process, one that we have the power to understand, influence, and manage. It's not just in your head, it's in your brain's intricate wiring, and that wiring can change. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, consider liking this video and subscribing for more deep dives into the science of your mind. See you next time.